Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the F-150 Lightning Platinum, which I think is the Lightning that actually makes the most sense, and I'll explain that in today's video. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford link in here on Pro for giving me some time with this Lightning. I will include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, you need any help, just ask for Johnny. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the EV specs. So we have a 131 kilowatt hour battery pack, which gives this truck 300 miles of driving range. This is a dual electric motor setup, putting out 580 horsepower and then about 775 pound-feet of torque. So here's a key fob for the Lightning. The reason I'm showing this now is because we're going to open up the front, but also as the unlock function, the lock function, we've got the opening for the front and then also for the tailgate as well. But we can press that a couple times and it'll take a second, but then it'll pop right open. Now, once we're inside of the front, you guys will notice that we have a bunch of outlets here and some USBs as well. And again, this is one of the big benefits of going electric is that you get more storage space compared to an ICE car, and you can see even more storage underneath as well. And then when you're all done, you actually have a button here at the top that you can just press, and then the front will close right up. Now, before we go over the front end of the Lightning, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So just like other F-150 Lightnings, you have the normal F-150 hood, but all the lines are kind of softer to make it so it's more aerodynamically efficient. And then like the more loaded up Lightnings, we've got the giant light bar here on the front end, and then you guys can see there's a camera there just below the Ford logo, and then we have got tow hooks there at the very bottom and parking sensors as well. And putting it all together, the Platinum looks very similar to like the F-150 Lightning Lariat that I've reviewed quite a few times. So coming around the side here, tire wheel setup is 275, 50, 22 in the front and over in the rear. And I'm guessing this is why the truck has slightly less range than like a Lariat, for example, because of the larger wheels that it has, but they look cool. Now we actually have to pop over onto the other side because we've got the charging port here. So we do have fast charging and everything. You just pull this thing down here if you want to do the fast charging. And then notice it says Platinum on it. And then we do have these fixed side steps here as well. And then here's our full side view with the F-150 Lightning Platinum. You guys can see pretty cool look, especially with those wheels. If you're wondering, just like other Lightnings, independent front and rear suspension. Now, popping into the bed area, we have a payload capacity of 1,662 pounds. You guys can see we also have all of the measuring charts like the regular F-150 here on the back. And yeah, this one also has a little tailgate step, so we can pop this out if you want to use that as a step. And then we've got more outlets here in the bed. You can see LED bed light action as well. And then this one has a 5'7" bed. Technology lets us be lazy, so we don't have to lift up tailgates ourselves. Looks like the snow's slowing it down a little bit. But anyways, again, we've got the giant light bar here on the back, just like the other loaded up Lightnings. Notice we got a little Lightning badge at the bottom, parking sensors. Towing capacity with the Lightning, 10,000 pounds. And finishing things up, I think this looks good, but I don't really think that it differentiates itself too much from a Lariat. But once you pop inside, you can see the differences. So just like the regular F-150 Platinum, we've got this really nice interior with the leather and then the suede. I mean, look how cool that is. And then you can see the wood trim here, and then look at the speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. And then of course got the Platinum seats. Notice this is Platinum on it, and then you can see perforated all down the center portion. And then we still have our regular underseat storage with this truck as well. And once we pop inside, you guys can see legroom's really good. Got a storage pocket. We've got some cup holder action, and then you guys can see down below with the heated seats, the vents, charging ports, all that. And then headroom back here is also really good. And I almost forgot, we also have a cup holder armrest. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see just as nice as the rear with the material use. We've got all of our window controls here, mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, memory seats, more of the wood trim. The mirrors also have blind spot monitoring as well. And then here's the front seat. Notice speaker on the headrest, and then you can see Platinum yet again, and then look at how it's perforated all down the center. We've got our power adjustments here on the side, and you guys can see the pedal adjustment there, parking brake light controls, mirror lights, and then notice the opening here for the front and then also for the tailgate, and then you can see with the steering wheel adjustment. And then look at this trim's way different than what you have with the Lariat. So taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see really nice leather trim all around. You got stitching here in the center, and then I like how the Ford logo is kind of faded. That looks pretty cool. Controls for the center stack. We also have our adaptive cruise control. We've got our volume and voice command controls as well, and then just a regular turn signal windshield wiper stock. So here's our gauge cluster, full digital gauge cluster, as you can see, and I can scroll through some different menus to see different bits of info on the truck, systems within the truck, you know, normal stuff. Lets us know how much range that we currently have, and then you guys can see there with the battery temps and everything. And so pretty straightforward gauge cluster. It pretty much has all the things you need, and it's easy to use, which I really like. So we've got the camera system here. We can zoom in here on the receiver hitch, which is pretty fun. And then we also have a bunch of different camera views that we can go between. That's the auxiliary. But you guys can see the different camera viewpoints. I think you get the point. And then also, what's pretty cool is there's this like viewpoint down below, which will show you like over the truck as well. But anyways, good camera system. And when I say over the truck, here's the above view so you guys get what I'm talking about. So down below, we've got our controls here for the dual zone climate and also for the seats. We have heated and cooled seats, which is nice. And then this right here is our area to control. Like you can pop in with the phone stuff, but it's kind of like this little tab you can slide across. And then you have like the next tab up above. Obviously, it's got the radio stations on it. And then we have the next area up above, which we can actually press this. And this will do like a pull down menu. We'll get into that in just a moment, but like, there's so many different menus to pull down on the screen. It definitely takes a minute to get used to everything. It's got a little bit of a learning curve. But anyways, popping back over into the vehicle control tab. Notice we got the sport, or not the sport mode, the drive modes rather. We can also pop this into one pedal drive if we want. We got the locking differential. Also have the propulsion sound on, just like the Mustang Mach-E, which is always interesting. But I mean, you can go into these different tabs and it lets you set up pretty much everything here with the truck. So again, I feel like it's all pretty easy to use. So we've got our Pro Trailer Assist, and then you guys can see the trailer brake controls just down below that. And then notice here for little defroster, and then we've got our parking assist and then stability control, and then also have some outlets here as well. So pretty sweet. Look at the wood trim here, that's nice. And then inside we have a wireless phone charging pad with some more USBs, and it's so slow to slide back. So here's our shifter to go into gear. You can fold it down. Now the reason you can fold it down is because this one has the workbench center console, and you can see it says Platinum there at the top. And I do like this trim right here. Speaking of nice trim, look at the glove box. Pretty cool looking with the, like the face of it, and the storage is good. And yeah, they definitely changed the material use here at the top, so it's a little bit different than the regular Lightning. Now you guys can see power sliding rear window as well, and then you got this little sunglass holder, and then full panoramic sunroof. Now here's our window sticker for this F-150 Lightning with the Platinum package. It's the 710A, if you guys are wondering with the equipment. Total MSRP on this, $98,129. Let's see how it drives. Well, we are going to set off here in the Platinum Lightning, aka the Lightning that I think actually makes sense. Hear me out. So, people that buy luxury pickup trucks, they still use them for pickup truck stuff, but not as much as someone who buys like a work pickup truck, right? I know there's gonna be someone in the comment section below and be like, no, I use my luxury pickup truck way more than someone who buys a work pickup truck. But like, that's a general trend, right? You see people will buy these luxury pickup trucks and they'll just mostly daily drive them. And well, the Lightning is like the king of daily driving and not with doing pickup truck stuff, because although it has a solid towing capacity, although it has solid payload capacity, and frankly I have towed with one of these, it can pull a trailer quite well. It doesn't have good towing range, and so it's not super practical for towing and hauling over long distance. Short distances, it's fantastic, which again, I feel like someone that's buying a luxury package on a pickup truck is going to be doing more short distance towing rather than long distance towing. And really all I'm doing this driving for is to talk about the Platinum, and then also I just wanted to go over some bumps, test the suspension. I've driven so many Lightnings that I don't really need to do a whole lot with this. Yeah, it feels pretty much the same as the Lariat with the suspension, and the acceleration is going to be the same and everything. Yeah, the 22s don't really mess up with anything, but regardless, that's where this Platinum makes so much sense, is because it's like you're just accepting that like this is the luxury truck, right? You're buying this for luxury truck stuff and daily driver stuff, and that's okay. Like, that's completely fine. And so I'd have to say that that's why I'm okay with the Platinum Lightning, and I guess not like stuff like the Lightning Pro, which is like pretending to be a work truck. It's like, this is not pretending to be a work truck. This is like, hey, you're getting this because you want a cool EV pickup truck that you might occasionally use to do pickup truck stuff. Yeah, that one pedal, definitely interesting. I guess we'll do a little acceleration here on the racetrack for you guys. Sport mode. Camera system's great too, that helps out quite a bit. This is the weirdest driving I've ever done in a review, but hey, whatever makes sense for the video, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna punch it. Oh man, it's quick. I mean, it moves. I like the propulsion sound. I think it's pretty cool. But regardless, let me know what you guys think about the Platinum version of the Lightning. I think this is the version that makes the most sense for a Lightning, and so I think that if you set your expectations properly, the Lightning can make quite a bit of sense, and I think that it makes the most sense, like I said, for luxury truck buyers.